Meryl Streep is probably the most famous and decorated actress. She's the ultimate definition of an Oscars leading lady, with 21 Oscar nominations, and in those 21, she has won 3 Oscars, 1 supporting actress and 2 best actress. She is Hollywood royalty. She is highly respected and in demand. But this respect was not so evident in her early career when producers would claim her unattractive. But with her obvious passion for performance and her determination, Meryl Streep is a cinematic icon. We can spend hours talking about all of her achievements and films, but the mission of Oscars leading ladies is to highlight their life journey, their most prominent career moves, and what makes them so special. Not quite invested in performing arts in school, Meryl Streep realized her potential in college. Her extensive work on stage during her college years made her proficient in memorizing lines, doing various accents, and singing. Streep made her Broadway debut in 1975 at the age of 26 in Trelawney of the Wells. 2 years later, she made her film debut opposite Jane Fonda, who I've covered before, in Julia. But it was the gritty Michael Cimino directorial called Deer Hunter where Meryl showed her ability to play emotional and deep roles. Although the role was minor, Meryl illuminated the male-dominated cast, which included Robert De Niro, Christopher Walken, and her then real-life boyfriend, John Cazale, who was already terminally ill with cancer. She decided to take on this role to be close to Cazale. This was in 1978. Streep was now building her reputation of being a worthy actress in the late 70s, early 80s. She starred in Woody Allen's Manhattan, The Seduction of Joe Tinnan, and of course Kramer vs. Kramer. Kramer vs. Kramer obviously brought a lot of attention to Streep. The film themes were focused on topics of gender roles, divorce, conflicting parents, and relationships. It was the highest grossing film of 1979, and in 1980, the film won major Oscars, which included Meryl winning her one and only Best Supporting Actress Oscar. 3 years later, she won the Best Actress Oscar for her role in Sophie's Choice, probably her most celebrated role to this day. The heart-wrenching story was Meryl Streep's triumph, and as the years went by, Meryl managed to get married, have children on top of her ever-growing list of fantastically memorable and diverse roles. Her no-frills attitude towards conveying the emotional range of a character while transforming on screen was her signature. If you wanted your film to be a hit, then hire Meryl Streep. Films like Silkwood, Falling in Love, and Out of Africa showed this range. But by the early 90s, Streep wanted to convey that her range can be extended to more comedic and absurd roles like She-Devil, Death Becomes Her, and Postcards from the Edge. More movies followed in the mid-90s to early 2000s, like The Bridges of Madison County, Music of the Heart, and The Hours. But it was in 2006 that Streep renewed her image of a strong female character to attract modern, more younger audiences who are not too familiar with her older work. Devil Wears Prada. Her character is unforgettable, in-your-face type of boss woman. Streep's succession of diverse film roles proved her versatility, regardless of her age, in films like Mamma Mia, Doubt, and Julie and Julia, proving that she will never be pigeonholed. In 2012, Streep won her second Best Actress Oscar for her uncanny rendering of Margaret Thatcher in Iron Lady. More films followed, like It's Complicated, The Post, August Osage County, Into the Woods, and Suffragette. Her most recent works are in The Laundromat and Little Women. Meryl Streep has done TV sporadically. Her most recent TV role was in Big Little Lies. Same goes for theatre. That goes back to the mid to late 70s, where she really embraced the stage before taking on film. Some can claim Meryl Streep is a living legend. Some may argue that she is overrated. But what is undeniable is her choice of performances. I don't think there is anyone else that can match her extensive list of successful films as well as versatile roles. Her ability to create remarkable women on screen is most admirable, especially when at times strong female roles were scarce. Meryl has that magic power to project a strong female character.
That was Dino De Laurentiis Sr. And his son had seen me in a play. And so I went up to the top of the Gulf and Western building, like the 33rd floor, and he had this amazing office that looked all over Manhattan, and he was back there. And I walked in, and his son was sitting there, very excited that he'd brought in this new actress. And the father said to his son, in Italian, because I understand Italian, he said, "Che brutta," you know, "Why do you bring me this ugly thing?"
Whoa.
Yeah, very sobering, you know, as a young girl. So I said to him, "Mi dispiace molto, you know, but I understand what you're saying. I'm sorry I'm not beautiful enough to be in King Kong."